Hello, I'm Brad Klippert, one of your 8th District State Representatives. Thank you for tuning in for this update of the 2010 session of the Legislature. As Week 4 ended and we started Week 5, the Legislature reached its first cutoffs, the self-imposed deadlines to keep the timeline of the session on track. Tuesday, February 2nd, was the cutoff for policy bills to be approved or, as we say, reported out of committee. Budget-related bills had a few extra days to clear their committees. Then we're looking at long hours on the House floor debating, amending, approving, and/or rejecting proposed legislation. When I came to Olympia for this year's session, I had 4 major goals. First, to work hard for a balanced, sustainable budget that does not raise taxes. Second, to create an economic environment in the state that fosters business success, job growth, and overall prosperity. Third, to increase public safety and ensure a strong Washington state criminal justice system. And fourth, to help ensure our students achieve academic success and prepare for productive, successful lives. In each of these areas, we have made some great progress, but with 4 weeks to go in the scheduled 60-day session, we still have a lot of work to do. The governor recently announced that the state can expect $435 million in federal money for Medicaid. That will help reduce our budget shortfall for now, and it's welcome news, at least for now. But tax increases are still being discussed by the majority party. In fact, the first step toward tax increases has already occurred. Senate Democrats have introduced a bill that would suspend the requirement that tax increases be approved by a 2/3 majority. That requirement was approved by the voters when they passed Initiative 960 in 2007. Our citizens made it clear that they wanted transparency, fiscal restraint, and accountability in the budget writing process. And this move by the majority party to overturn Initiative 960 concerns me very much. At a time when Washingtonians are worried about their financial futures, at a time when the state's economy is struggling, this prelude to raising taxes creates an atmosphere of apprehension that tax increases will further dampen economic recovery and job creation. In the area of public safety and stopping violence, I am pleased to report that we have made some notable progress in the House of Representatives. During an emotional floor session, the House passed a resolution honoring the law enforcement officers who were killed in the line of duty. Family members were here, as well as law enforcement representatives, and we were honored to have them in the chamber. As a current Benton County Sheriff's Deputy, I was moved by the remarks of my fellow lawmakers, which were sincere, moving, and heartfelt. And I admit, it was tough to keep my own composure when it was my time to pay tribute. Emotions are still raw. Hearts are hurting. But like my brothers and sisters in the field of law enforcement, I believe strongly that tragic events of 2009 will strengthen our resolve to fight harder, to be stronger, and to keep Washingtonians safe every day. To the families and friends of those who have lost their lives, on behalf of the grateful citizens of the state of Washington, we thank you, and our prayers are with you. The House then passed several bills that we hope will tighten systems and practices that have allowed offenders to slip through the cracks. House Bill 2625 would allow judges leeway in determining when or if bail ought to be allowed for persons arrested on felony charges. House Bill 1203 would further define and increase penalties for rendering criminal assistance. House Bill 1679 would increase benefits for law enforcement officers and firefighters who suffer catastrophic disabling injuries while on the job. House Bill 2519 would enhance death benefits for survivors of law enforcement officers and firefighters who are killed in the line of duty. Those bills now move to the Senate for consideration. I have also sponsored my own package of bills addressing law enforcement and public safety issues. While all of them may not get acted upon during this 60-day session, I wanted to get the proposals into the process for discussion and refinement, and will continue to build support for the measures in the months ahead. One of the bills I sponsored this year has won approval in the House Transportation Committee. It's House Bill 3001. In many areas, people who get cited for driving infractions can get the ticket deferred if they attend an 8-hour traffic safety school. My bill would add a 30-minute segment on safe driving among bicyclists and pedestrians to the traffic school curriculum. Several Tri-Citians have lost their lives in recent years in pedestrian and bicycle accidents. Overall, about 400 bicycle riders and pedestrians are killed or injured every year in our state. We hope this small addition to the traffic school classes for new drivers and deferred traffic infractions will improve safety on Washington's roadways. Hey, thanks again for tuning in. I'm your state representative, Brad Klippert. It's an honor to serve you always. God bless you. I love you all. Have a great Washington day.